So the answer I'm about to provide applies to everybody, regardless of age, which is you want to make sure that you view things both close up and far away across your day. Many people nowadays spend a lot of time looking at their smartphone, looking at the computer screen, looking at books and paper. In other words, looking at things somewhere between 9 inches away from their face and their eyes, maybe 2.5 feet away from their face and eyes. This is an unprecedented event in human history, as far as we know, because it wasn't until the advent of the smartphone that we've spent so much time looking at screens at close range relative to looking at things at further distances from our face throughout the day. In fact, it should come as no surprise that the incidence of myopia, of nearsightedness, is increasing dramatically around the world, but is increasing particularly fast in children and in young adults and even in adults who are viewing things at very close range, so 2.5 feet or less. Now, I am not saying that viewing things at 2.5 feet or less is bad for your eyes. That is simply not the case. However, if you want your vision to be maintained or even improve, it's going to be very important for you to view things at a distance as well, for ideally several hours per day. Now, I realize some people just simply won't accomplish this. In fact, I'd like everyone to just take a moment and do a rough estimation in your head of how much time during your daytime activities you are viewing things at, say, 2.5 feet or 3 feet or less. So smartphone, computer screen, paper, books, etc., versus viewing things that are 4 feet away, 8 feet away. So maybe conversation across a table with another human being. Remember those? Some of us are doing that more now that we seem to be emerging from this whole pandemic phase. However, many people are still mostly just viewing things within very close range. And in fact, if you were to ask yourself, how much time do you spend looking at things at the distance of many hundreds of feet, or taking a walk where you're not looking at any screen and you're simply letting visual images, or the visual imagery rather, pass by on your eyes, I think for most of us, that number is getting progressively smaller and smaller with each passing year.